There we go. Can you hear me now, Pat? Yeah, I had to add an audio input to the OBS scene. It's still kind of just adjusting everything the way that we like it. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's log in. We're logged in here. It's a big day for Fab, man. Let's just start with the scheduled, banned, and restricted announcement written by Mr. Brian Gottlieb. Yeah, it's a banned announcement, right? It's a banned announcement. I'm really interested. So I'll talk about bonds in a second, but I really want to talk about Golden Tipple being banned or being like made into a majestic. And so like Brian's written this thing where he's like Gravy is like a deck that's like it wins when good players play it, but it doesn't win when bad players play it, which is a true statement. And I kind of want to hop on over to Fab Blazing here and just look at like some stats. So like we'll just look at like the past 30 days. We could start by looking at Talishar. So like if you look at just Talishar stats, which always take your Talishar stats with a healthy grain of salt, right? So like Gravy is sitting at 7.8% of the meta. It's like just a hair behind Valda and has a 49.3% win rate. And then if you do it by win rate, you'll see that like he is all the way on the second page, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15. There are 15 heroes with like a higher win rate than Gravy on Talishar, right? But then like if we go over into paper, we sort of look at the same thing, and we can like we'll just look at like all tournaments. Paper win rate 5. I did not expect this. So like if we look at it, Phi somehow has a 59% win rate, probably buoyed by this 67% win rate into Gravy. But anyway, so you'll see that Gravy is down here with a 51% win rate and 14% of the meta share in paper tournaments. And if we sort it by meta percentage, he is the most represented hero in paper, right? So I don't remember off the top of my head like what it's like in Magic or other games, but like to me, 14% of the meta and like a winning win rate is pretty drastic, right? And you can see too if like you look a little bit further through the paper tournament like stats. So Gravy and Arachne are together like over 25% of the meta, which is like a very like that's a huge chunk. And then you've got Syndra, Verdance, Cilio, Ira, Dash all making up about like 6 to 7%, and then you get a drop off to like Fang, right? And like the thing is though, the thing about this is it's like you can clearly see it here. You have Gravy, right? As the most represented deck, still has a winning win rate, even though the next 6 or really the next 7, the next 7 most winning or most represented decks are all decks that are like designed to be good into Gravy. And then like even here like I could see people thinking that Arachne Marionette's good. But like Prism is pretty good into Gravy. I've heard Victor say that they're good, even though this is a 26% win rate. Dorinthia, Kasai, Jarl, Kana, like they're like these are decks that all like there's an argument to be made for them having like decent odds into Gravy, or on the flip side, like with Victor, they feed on these decks, like on a lot of these decks. And so basically the point that like people have been making is it's not necessarily that Gravy is like too powerful, although he's definitely like if you with this meta that's like arrayed against him, he's still winning a lot. It's just that he warps the meta. But I mean, just looking at this, like 14.5% of the meta with a 51% win rate, deck is good. The deck is just good. And if we pull this up and we like break it down even further, come on, baby. Fab Blazing. Hello. There we go. Matchup spread. So like if we look at this, we'll see like source, paper. Yeah. So like if you look at this, like, I mean, there have been over 500 gravy games played, right? Or like there's like 250. I misread that. There's 255 gravy games played in like the past 30 days, like in paper, and this is based on 3,500 matches. That's crazy. The deck is everywhere. The meta is just decks that are designed to beat it. I totally see why we are hitting gravy. To me, this reads as like a ban, and they kind of like line it up. It's like they just want to curve how much gold he makes, and I'm fine with that, honestly. I personally, like, if I was going to hit gravy, I would have just restricted Chum to 1. But you know, I'm not Brian Gottlieb. I think that they want him to stay powerful. They just don't. I think that like when we see the turn that's on stream of like Gravy's cracking like 6 gold in a turn, I think that's a little excessive. Because I was thinking about this the other day. Like it's the third. If you have 3 gold, that's when if 3 gold and up is when you start to just outright draw cards. Because the first 2 gold require 2 cards, but then after that you can just keep. That's when you start netting stuff. And so like we see these like sort of mid to late game gravy turns where they have like 8 gold and they just crack 6 of them, and they just like can do a billion things. And I mean, we banned the tomes for enabling something similar. So we did that. Bonds, I think the bonds can be summed up as like it was just the best stealth card. They could never make a stealth card that was better than bonds, and like they'd put them in a corner, and so they banned it. I was thinking that either this or Mantle was going to go. This will help pull, like, because people have said like there are decks that can beat Gravy and there are decks that can beat Arachne, but there aren't really decks that can beat both. So this is like an attempt to curve both of those to let those decks that are kind of in the middle kind of breathe a little bit. Plume is banned because that Verdance just becomes like 6 arcane dot deck. I wish that we could play with the broken stuff at least one time. But at least they banned this before spoiler season came out and people had deck lists ready to go for like premiere weekend. Unlike with Ira. But the big news is Germinate's back. So the Oops I Wind button is back for Florian, and that's what we're gonna fool around with tonight. When does this go into effect? When does it go into effect? Effective today. Cool. So I don't have to like open CCQ anything. So I have this Florian list from Phoenix. And I think that this is as simple as like take out 3 blues, put Germinate in, call it a day. So honestly, like I'm fine just taking Truce out and what is Seeds for? Seeds is just for like Wizards. Just like already a bad matchup. Just put that in the maybe. And And then we're just going to add 3 germinates and call it a day, boys. Oh, I guess Talishar hasn't updated then. Rip me. Rip me. I guess OpenCC we go. I think I wanted to talk about the leaks, but I think I'm just gonna make a video for that, honestly, and put a little bit more production value into it. But long and short, my take on leaks is I think that if you're somebody who is like cheering for the fact that, or like is like being mean to content creators because they're upset that like their hard work has kind of been invalidated, I think you're a dick, basically. It's kind of how I view it. I wonder if we'll get any bites. Pat, do you know what are you gonna be doing any pro quests? If you're still here with me, bud. Let's go. We'll go first. Take tunic. Face perk. I should take this plume out. I don't think we need blow for blows. Scar for scars. I think I can kind of just play the big attack game here. Oh, that's sad. Let's just run 66. That's sad. What are we doing here? I think I'm just gonna pitch. I do want like an earth card. I think I'm gonna do this and pass. Oh, you're good, dude. You're good, Pat. Don't worry about it, bud. Pitch to mantle. Let's do this. I feel that I've got to figure out now that the banned and restricted is out, I've got to figure out what I'm gonna put in there, or what I'm gonna run rather. Get my earth cards in. Hopefully I get something. Yes. That is fine. I ended up doing this the wrong way, but like I'm kind of cool with it. I just want to be able to decompose next turn. I think Dio is a solid choice. Yes, I do have 2 earth cards. I got scared there for a second. I'm kind of between Acilio and Florian, and like maybe looking at like Fire Fang. So I got to figure it out. What is my soul telling me to do? Vincent? Absolutely not. I'm so tired of Vincent, man. She's hurt me too many times. She has hurt me way too many times, man. This is 9. I'm just going to block. I'm just going to block 9 like this. And then I'm happy to Gauntlet's Reaping Blade. Vincent hurts me to think about playing. You don't want to hurt me, do you, Patrick? Let's see. I kind of want to go lower than them. Okay. Guess I'm not going lower than them. Let's pitch an earth blue. And then I'm going to tunic attack. I'm actually going to do this. Right, like I feel like I can like take like I can jam Acilio, and I think that Acilio is like less, it's kind of like Kano in that it seems high rolly, but it's actually not as high rolly as it like feels like. But like you still sometimes just lose. What's up, Funk? How you? It's a wild Jason appeared, guys. This man has finally deigned to grace us with his presence. Oh my god. I totally didn't realize that they were an Arachne. And just, you know, some things change, guys, and some things stay the same. And one of those things is that Jason is always going to Jason. We'll take this, sure. Please banish an earth. Nope. Fruits. Dude, Patron Warrior was the shit. And the fact that like even after they nerfed Patron, you could still just play it as like a mid-range deck was so much fun. Persuasive prognosis. Sure, bro. So I lose a blue. He takes the wrong blue. Because now it's definitely this into this. Into E strike for 10. But to go back to your point, Pat, like I feel like Acilio I could learn the reps of, but I just like am so nervous about matchups where I have to block, you know? Because that hero does not do that thing. I think I'm going to break my boots here to cover this up. And then I'm going to block. I could go ahead and pull the trigger on the face purgatory. I think I'm going to. Yeah, it turns out I was correct to do so. And now I can keep my Channel Mount Heroic around. Yeah, exactly. Like Aurora could I could get like 8 points of value on both sides of the turn cycle and just wait to like draw a bunch of arc lightnings. With Acilio, you're kind of just like I have to dig for Gone in a Flash. And like I don't know. When I last went down to LA for ProQuests, there were actually a ton of Guardians, and it was like a huge like part of the meta. What deck should you play right now? I don't know, dog. What cards you on? Just play the Tide, dude. Just play Tide. You know you want to. Banish, banish. Banish. So close to a decompose. Assassin decks are always so interesting because like they could just be built aside from like the core of like 20 or 30 Majestics, like they can just be built to do anything. Let's see here. Let's do that. And then let's plow. It sounds like you should play like a Cilio, bro. You get to do some kooky stuff with that deck. Or like you could play like Marlin. You have a bunch of Ranger stuff. Like Marlin is like bad but also fun because it's gold, so you get to draw a bunch of cards. It just depends. Like there's plenty of kooky stuff you could do. Like you can play like Fatigue Betsy. You know. I don't know if that's good, but you can play it. Bottom this. Defend with this. God, I'm just kind of running this homie over. Oops. I also punted a little bit, but that's okay. Dude, if I feel like Super Slam is right up your alley, Jason. You should definitely you should pick up one of the like the pro wrestling heroes from Super Slam. That's what you should do. I'm cool with this. Now I shall block. Yep, flick the kiss. I'm going to lose more life. Am I going to get punked out? Yep, I knew it. Just get a felling. Discard CMH. Yeah, we need to block like that. I need to not get punked out by assassin attack reacts. You could play the really bad Sledge of Anvilheim Betsy OTK deck funk. Oh yeah, I think this is going to get it, boys. I think I just kind of take the game over. Like I got low there for a second, but I think that I just strip their hand every turn until I fatigue them at this point. go again. It's so much fun to just play Jund in Flesh and Blood. Just, you know, here's all the value in the world. Surely Gamers Den is gonna do a pre-release, right? Let me take this plume of Evergrowth out. I guess that leaves us room to put this back in, I guess. I have no idea what's going on with Gamers Den, man. I just pay attention to who wins with the armory every week. I do know that I saw a picture of Grant, and he looks freaking jacked now. Competitive LL. Don't have LL deck ready right now. But yeah, I'm thinking about Florian. Let's see. Thinking about Florian. I could build Fi and Fang pretty easily. Maybe it was just the pose. Maybe he had like an oversized shirt on or something. He's in Ireland. What? I'm going to make so many Leprechaun jokes the next time I see him. But yeah, I could do Fang, Fi, or Florian. I could reasonably, like, I could probably throw KO together, honestly. I could play Acilio. I could play Ira. I could play Verdance. I don't think we can call them that anymore, Pat. I think you have to call them, I don't know, spousal tank tops. How long is that flight to Ireland from like... I like to Dublin is like 10 hours. That's so miserable. I hope they didn't take Monty. Monty on an international flight. That just sounds like a recipe for disaster. Look at all these heroes that aren't real. They have too many heroes in this game. That's good. Yeah, you don't want to take like a 3 or a 4-year-old on an international flight. They just are not. They're not equipped to deal with it. But let's see if we can find another game. See, I wish I could hop into OpenCC like, or just into Classic Constructed, but I can't do that. Honestly, you know what? Forget this. Let me do this. Let's play some LL. There were some LL deck lists that looked like fun. Yeah. Evan Herndon like won with like, or came in second with Chain. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, dude, we're doing great. We're gonna be home for Christmas, and I'm hoping to have time to like run up to Oxford to like catch up with everybody. So hopefully I'll get to see you like around the holidays, and we can like do a catch up. But take it easy, man. I hope you and yours are good. Let's just play some LL, man. That seems like more fun, honestly, than just playing like Florian plus 3 Earth Blues. Let's go first. Is that a Thorn? Face Purg. Creepers. Just play AB. We'll play AB3. We'll play a ton of blues. For real. B-dubs reunion for real. Let's see. What were we playing at this matchup? Get rid of CNC. We can get rid of invert. I think that's good. I honestly think that we can play the rest of this. This is such a good like tech card and chain. All right. Let's go belittle, pitch of seeds, reveal an Urser. God, I love this format. So with 3 less base, yeah. So we got to get value. We have to do that. I guess I could have thrown. I probably should have thrown the unhallowed rights into my banish just to have it. It's probably more valuable in my banish zone than my arsenal. It's a red Aether Ice Vein. That's pretty sick. What you got, Elsa? This matchup used to be so hard, and then like I feel like I reached a like it used to be so hard to play against Icelander, and then I feel like I just reached like a certain knowledge level in the game, and it got a lot easier. See, I can block like this. Still have a blue to do everything with next turn. I think that's the most important thing. Oh, cool. Now we can go a little bit wider, actually. So we're going to do this. I actually kind of want to leave this here and just play this out. Like chain, play this, then Rosetta Thorn, pitching this. That doesn't mess me up at all. Because I was going to have like a spare resource either way. 0. Put this on the bottom. So this is essentially, this is a 5 into 4, so this is just 9. Interesting that they are just taking all of this. I don't think frosting is really like a high value arsenal at this point in the game. Let's see, we can arsenal. This is kind of a brick hand, but we can still do stuff. Okay, so we kept Insidious Chill and a blue to play it. Interesting. This is going to be like Blue Aether Ice Vein, I think. Hidden Art of War and a Seeping Shadows. Let's... I kind of want to arsenal this Art of War. This is kind of a brick hand. Because I don't have anything to get a... I guess I could Art of War Banishing Belittle and just go fishing. Banish to draw 2. We'll buff just in case like all I can do is play this Bounding Demagon. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, bro. Okay. Let's... Yeah, I mean, they can't do anything, so yeah, this is all just free. I'm going to put this Plunder on into Arsenal. But this will be for 4, yeah. 4, and then this will be for another 4, and then 4 more. So this is 12 damage. I'll arsenal this Plunder run for next turn. See, I think Icelander is just like, okay, there we go. I'll just pitch this. Let's see. Or I could activate. Nah. I think that I'm just gonna like... let this happen. I think I'm just gonna pitch just to pitch. And then just arsenal the Splendor run. Sucks that I'm not getting a shackle, but like I'm fine with this. I'm very far ahead on life. I'm very far ahead on life, and I can't be like Aether Ice Vein plus Fused with the Insidious Chill next turn. yeah, I'll just pay into this. And then arsenal the Splendor Run for next turn. Wait. Oh, I still have an action point, so I do get to do this at least. Well, yeah, I think a shackle is more important than a Plunder Run. I don't know though. Okay. Seeds, little. Okay. Once again, I just simply do not have. I simply do not have attack action cards. I'm actually just going to do this. I kind of just want to... Perfect. I kind of just wanted a... or Storm Striders? You got it, bro. Give me stuff to use this hand. You can freeze my arsenal. I don't care. I will gladly pay into all of this. Yeah, give me... I'm fine with this. And I'm sure they're just going to Arsenal pass. We have a really good hand. I have a non-attack in my banish. Yeah, so we're going to start with this. I can't tell if my opponent has built a bad deck or if they are just new to Icelander. I do not care. My arsenal is now cleared, and I have no allies. Start with a Belittle. We'll pitch Shrill. Get a Red Minnowism. And if any attacks hit this turn, we draw a card and we get to do more stuff. I have a million resources, so sure. Sure. Draw off Plunder Run. Ooh, our Riftbind is pretty sick. We're just going to throw this. I'll arsenal this. Be something to do next turn. But I have 5 shackles that are lining up, and I've got a pretty stocked banish zone. I've seen 2 blizzards. Sick. I love this card. Yep. Okay, not the best. Okay. This turn I could get kind of screwed. Okay. So what is X is what? 8. So I'll have 4 frostbites. So I should just pay into all of this, I think. Yeah, and like I'm fine to pass here. Cuz it's like they will eventually, I will have enough cards in banished to pitch through whatever disruption that they throw my way. So let's start here. I can start here because I know that they're, yeah. Like I knew it was just going to be this. I have the blue to pay through all of this. You can freeze this Riftbind. That's fine. Start with Chain. I need to start entering my banish zone out because I don't want to take 6 damage. Gonna minimalism. Throw this bounding. Get my action point back. I do lose my creepers here, which is a misplay on my part. But I will go ahead and call. Just get whatever this, yeah. So this will keep them off an arsenal, and hopefully I'll be able to kill them next turn. Ponderon, Minimalism, Gloomveil. Sick. Okay. Go pretty wide here. Do that. And then close the chain. I actually shouldn't chain here. What I should do is I should go seeds. Seeds. Then chain. Minimalism. Demagon. This is for 2 arcane plus 6, and then I've got a huge Riftbind to follow it up with. Okay, so we go seeds. Okay, so we just kind of win the game. I actually think I'm fine just like pitching to that just for rub ends. So we seeds, we Mac Dom. Either of these block. It says overpower, so I'm at least going to leak 1 damage, and then I can just follow it up with literally anything. Easy money. Easy game. Got there. Yeah. All right. I was going to talk about leaks and everything, but honestly, I think I'm just going to make that into a video. I'm gonna wait for the ban list changes to go into effect on Talishar and play some more. But moving forward, the stream schedule will be Sunday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night. And I think I'm gonna call it there actually for the night, just because it's kind of a slow night. There's not. I could sit here and talk about like the ban list and everything, but like frankly, I just think that like it's a pretty big nerf to Slippy and Assassin. It's a pretty minor nerf to Gravy. I think Plume is probably like a good preemptive ban. I trust. I wish we could see the big stuff, but like whatever. And then Germinate may or may not breathe some new life into Florian, but we'll be back tomorrow night with some more gameplay, some more commentary, and I think that I'm gonna when I can put some more production value into it. So probably the next like day or two, I think I'm gonna record and put out a video on the leaks and how I feel about that. But peace out, everybody. I hope you're doing good out there in internet radio land, and I'll see you all tomorrow.